Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. So here we are, we're going to begin going here in just a moment. Just making sure everything is set up and all ready to go. Not going to be long now until we are able to really decide on what could be potentially one of the most momentous turns in the Pacific so far. So I hope you guys are ready for that, and here we go. There we go. Fantastic. So going to go ahead and get into the game now. And we'll go from there, really. It's been a momentous. I honestly can't get over, like, what has actually happened in the last turn. It doesn't seem like it could be a potentially huge turn, but there's a lot of potential possibilities here, and I'm looking forward to explaining, well, going through this and deciding. Hello there, Mark. Hello there, Fenrir. Alexander, good to have you, my friends. Okay. Now, I did have everything set up to actually launch the paratrooper drop in China. What I've gone ahead and done is, well, I'm going to go ahead and do... I've come to the conclusion that we do not drop today. The reason being, it's a few reasons for this. There's a lot of really excellent reasons on both sides of the argument here. But the reason why I'm going to go ahead and delay, as I said in the previous stream, I was very much on the fence as to whether to go then or wait today. The reason why I'm going to wait today is, bear in mind that we were not aware of this force over here. Sorry, no, we were not aware of this force crossing over here. We didn't see a movement tick, even though we had very high detection level. There is all but the slightest chance, even if there is a slight chance, which there very well could be, that he does not get the accurate information he needs to really go ahead and make an accurate decision on what to do with the forces here in this area. So what we're going to do is we're going to have the forces begin to cross this turn. They're going to cross over in movement mode. They're not going to make it across the river this turn. But what I'm going to do then is actually have them made ready to do so. So they're going to march about 30 miles a day. Then tomorrow they will be joined by additional forces over here. Now the 104th Division will arrive tomorrow as well, which is going to be excellent news, along with all the armor over here. The headquarters will be in position. So what we're going to do here then is essentially get the groundwork ready. We're going to have everything else remain quiet here in China, but there is going to be an attack over here against this formation, whatever that may be. He is going to see it joined by another division over here as well, which is going to be very nice. He's going to be seeing forces moving across northern China. Now these guys, they're moving, I think there's secondary roads here, aren't they? Yes, so they're going to take about 4 days to arrive here, really, more or less. So we are going to be moving up over this way, as this is a major road, so we'll be moving up here faster. So we'll have, ideally, the regiments in place. Yeah, sure, I'll go ahead and do that now, Mr. AMW. Now, I do actually have help with the pilot training, due to the fact that it's such a... well, it's fairly momentous, really. You can see that we have greatly expanded the amount of seaplanes that we have here due to dividing, which makes for pretty effective pilot training pools, really. Speaking of pools, what we have done here, so if I go ahead and go to pilot replacements, go to reserve pool, you can see here that I have 927 pilots in fighter pool, 697 here, 12 here, obviously then not so much over this way. So you can see that we have 1600 army personnel, well, army pilots in the pool here at the moment. We will be sorting out the Imperial Japanese Navy pilot training soon enough as well, on a much greater scale. The reason why these guys are in the actual pool over here, you can see here that we have 1600 pilots in the pool. The reason is, for example, let's see, well, I can't unfortunately, no, there we go. So you can see the experience level of these forces over here, these pilots over here. So if I go down here, so you can see, if I go, yeah, so all the way down here then is our base, I believe, at 25 experience. I think we have a 25, I can't remember exactly what our minimum, yeah, okay. So, 25 is kind of like the bottom of the experience there, really. I believe these numbers can change with each pilot, so I think they can go a couple of numbers below or a couple of numbers over, but not tremendously so. But the reason why we keep them in the pool is that over time, Japan's actual base experience, so when the pilots actually arrive in the pool, they arrive with a base level experience, but over time this number actually decreases. So by having them in the pool, And what happens is basically when they're in the pool and the number decreases, it affects all the pilots in the pool, as far as I'm concerned. I believe it's something like that. I'm not too familiar with the mechanics as such when it comes to that sort of setup. But the reason why we keep them all in the pool is so that we can basically sit tight with them. They're not going to be affected by any outside changes that we would not have control over, really. So that's why we keep them in there. But essentially what we do is we have them set up across different centres over Japan, Hokkaido, and obviously Manchuria. So you can see, for example, over here, we do have quite a lot of sea search, obviously float planes. There are some bombers here as well. Bombers over here as well. Some fighters too. How you doing there, Racer? But if we see over here, let's see. Right, so these are torpedo bombers. You can see that they're all over here as well. What you want to try and do is really keep them all together, just to make it easy, just to know where they are, and just have them train. But you can see that these groups are training for naval attack. We do have fighters as well. See, the interesting thing as regards to fighters is, let's see, there's a zero group over here as well. So if I take a look at the pilots, you can see, now these guys are training for airfield attack at this moment in time. Yes. This is one of the things that we do want to train for, but we are training here the defensive value, or the defensive skill. The thing is, when you have pilots with high levels of experience, it takes a long time to train these sorts of skills over here. So what you want to do then is, when you have like low experienced pilots, is basically train them in skills like this. Defense is so very important, because that's what's going to basically decide whether or not they live in the engagements. So what you want to do then is train this up while they have low experience. As I said, I'm not entirely... Well, I can set up a training system, but I'm not entirely familiar with the intricate mechanics of that. There are people on the actual Discord, so if you do go ahead and join my Discord, you can definitely go ahead and ask the growing community there questions in regards to setting up the pilot experience training, what skills to go for, what these skills actually do as well. Right, so back to business. So what I'm going to do here then is I'm going to stop the preparations for the paratroop drop this turn. They're going to drop tomorrow. So the 16th of February we'll see these troops marching over here, and as I said, they're going to be in movement mode. The turn after, I'm going to put them into combat mode, as well as these forces over here as well. Now ideally what we're going to try to do is try to make sure everything arrives here at the same time. I'm hoping against hope that, and this is it, it's one of these things of, if I do drop the paratroopers here, and obviously over here as well, he's going to immediately react to that. He's going to see the crossing over here. He's going to see, obviously, the paratroop drop over here. Right now, he's going to feel safer if he just sees the crossing over here. He's going to think, right, okay, well, I've got all these forces over here. Maybe I allow him to come across and deal with it like that way. He may send reinforcements, and he probably will. But what I want to do then is we'll have a day. We'll get the majority of the way across the river and ideally be joined by our other assets. And then the day after is when we drop the paratroopers. The reason being it's going to sow the most confusion amongst our foe here. The reason being, well, he's going to have this taken, he's going to have this taken away from him, and that's going to cause him problems. We will be then bombing Shangtan. I don't think I'm going to bomb Shangtan this turn. The reason being I want to really try and focus his attention on Changsha. So what I may in fact go ahead and do is potentially ground bomb Changsha perhaps. The reason being then, well, he might then believe that is indeed still the focus, which would be quite nice. I would like him to think that Changsha was still the focus, and in some ways it is. In a lot of ways it's one of these, it's the linchpin of victory in a number of ways, but it's not the most important city in China. It's a city in China where it would be nice to own, but it's not a city in China where I'm going to throw everything aside to take it. I believe it will come into our possession over time naturally, but we're going to try and speed that up for him. No, speed it up for us, really. Okay. So, another reason as well is we do have the new Oscar Squadron, and we do have these A620 Squadron over here at Hankow as well. So I'm going to basically give them a day to be fully ready so that they are fully able to actually escort. Now, something I've got to bear in mind is the possibility that he does have detection, which, yeah, potentially so. Unfortunately, I do have poor detection over here at Quaidlin, so I'm unsure as to whether his aircraft are based over here. Now, he does have the Flying Tigers back in China. They're not over here at Changte. He's since moved them. So, as far as I could say yes, Shaoyang, Shangtan, Hengyang, Changshan, of course, they are empty. Chikyang and Taiyuan are empty as well. It would be nice to increase the detection level over here as well, to be fair. Kueyang is also empty of aircraft. I have information over Liu Shao, so we can see Nana is empty. And I do not have anything over Nanning. He could be potentially at Nanning, but I'm not entirely certain on that one. So the only place I do see aircraft is at Kuelin. So he might have the Flying Tigers over here, potentially for this turn. He may then anticipate sending them back over here. And let's see, from Kuelin to Changsha is 7 hexes. He probably has the range to reach on long-range combat air patrol, and I imagine he's going to be doing that. But it's one of these things, running long-range combat air patrol is all well and good, but the issue is you're going to take a lot of fatigue, and you do have some distance to fly back to your base. So we're going to continue with our strategy here, due to the fact that it is causing problems, and it is evidently hurting him. I want to try and bring the attention here. He's going to see us moving over here. Maybe, I mean, that could be misconstrued as moving there, or even maybe even moving there. But no, well, no, but again, that would be like that, wouldn't it? I just pray that he doesn't notice. I just pray that he doesn't overly react. And I think waiting an additional turn to drop the paratroopers will ideally ensure that he doesn't just panic. Not yet. See, the thing is, he does have 26 units over here at Changsha. I do not want them all to pull out immediately. I don't want a great deal of them to pull out. I really want to keep him in place as long as possible. Really, so some sort of mental paralysis upon DHG here, really. That's what we want to go for. Any decision that is incorrect could make all the difference in the world in the turn after. So this is what we need to do. We're going to try and... It's a risk, but both of them are risks. There's really good arguments for dropping now, and there's good arguments for dropping the day after. I'm going to go with dropping the day after, just to make sure that we have absolutely everything in position. And ideally, if we can drop the same turn that we land at Hengyang, it's going to ideally cause even more confusion, cause even more horror as well, ideally. But this is a pretty big operation. It's a very large operation, multifaceted operation. There's a lot of moving parts in this operation as well, so there's a lot going on right now. I'm hoping to have the armor over here. I think the armor from Changsha will arrive at Hengyang in about 4 days. The armor over here from Canton might take a similar amount of time to arrive as well. Hello there, John. Well, I say hello and note that I don't have time, and it's 1:26 in Thailand. Oh dear. Yeah. Oh, sounds so good though. I actually went out and had some Japanese food last night. That was really good. If any of you guys are in the UK and you're obviously near Leeds, go ahead and check out Little Tokyo in Leeds. That's really nice. Very good. The bento box was fantastic. I had the katsu chicken, which was amazing. But this is what we're going to be doing in China. I just cannot stress how much of a difference this could make, guys. The fact is, with Hengyang, it could... Yeah. There is a possibility that we do take this city. A small possibility, I don't know, it's hard to gauge, but I'm going to say there is a possibility that we would be able to secure the city and, well, yeah, practically our future on that one there, really. So what I'm going to do over here then is, let's take a look. I may go ahead and actually reassign the headquarter commands to Hengyang, but I need to figure out which headquarter commands I need to do. I think what we need to do then is have the overall command in China. So let's see. So I do have the China Expeditionary Army, which I am... What I'm going to do here actually is make a quick save. To be fair, I've already got the save pretty much here anyway. But I'm going to make a double... Yeah, to make a double save here just in case. And then we'll go ahead and move the actual headquarters over to Hengyang. Now, we are going to go ahead and check out the divisions as well. They're going to be crossing into the actual city of Hengyang. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at their commanders. But what I'm going to do here then is take the China Expeditionary Army. So you can see that we do have General Hata Shinroku, which is going to be very good. How you doing there, Iron? Sorry, how you doing there, Clayton? I read the Iron part before I read the name. It's music from Heart of Iron. Recognize it from many hours of happy... Yeah, indeed. So I've currently got the Japanese Overture. Definitely one of the best tracks. Currently from the Hearts of Iron 2 soundtrack. I use Hearts of Iron 2 and I use Hearts of Iron 3 for the soundtrack. The reason being it's copyright free, which is fantastic. Right. So we're going to set the actual objective as Hengyang for the China Expeditionary Army. So we're not going to have the most in the way of preparation, but it's still good. Now if I take a look, we have a command radius of 9 hexes. These guys are 6 hexes away. This is actually 5 hexes away. So we will actually benefit from having the China Expeditionary Army there as well, which is very good. Now, if I take a look over here then, if I take a look at the actual army headquarters, so I also do have a North China army. So you can see from Changsha is only 2 hexes away, so they will also benefit from that. So I'm going to quickly see if I can find a actual... let's see... Oh, there you go, Infinite. Yeah, I wanted to quickly ask a question here. So in regards to our actual headquarters over here, do I want to go ahead and set all these headquarters over to Hengyang? I'm going to go ahead and see if I can find the document that actually talks about headquarters. Let's see, so I'm going to the Warner Pacific Forum. The reason why I'm a little bit hesitant on this is I do not want to muck this up. I don't want to lose all preparation for Changsha, but if it is worthwhile having all the headquarters, then we'll do that. But I need to find out which headquarters, whether it's just the headquarters directly responsible for that unit. Right. China Expeditionary Army and the HQ adjacent, okay. Is there any benefit then to having one of these other army commands, such as 11, for example, actually being planned for there? Got the China Expeditionary Army planned for Hengyang. Would be nice to potentially have one of these armies. Let's take a look at these divisions over here then. So these divisions are 3rd, 13th, 20th and 11th armies. It would have been nice had they all been under the same army there. And I'm escaping a sore throat that started at the last hours of Christmas Day. Oh, that's never good. Oh god, with the, nosebleeds are never good. I think that one's safe to say there, really. Never, ever good. Let's see, I'm going to look for this actual document. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the actual leader page as well. The reason being, we'll have to go ahead and check out what is going to be the best commanders for our for our divisions, really. So let's see. Sure, but I should have had this open up earlier, but I will. Ah, here we go. Hard to choose leaders. So let's see here then. So, combat commands. Core, army headquarters, line attack. High administration, high land skill. Yeah, see, the actual commands here can actually have an impact on the LCUs. I can't remember where the actual documentation is. I might go ahead and take a look on here quickly. There is a piece of documentation on here actually. Well, it talks about it. I think it's in the newbie friendly section. I don't think it's after action. God damn it. Not there. I think it's the war room. Let's see. FAQ, info for beginners. We'll go ahead and take a quick look at that. Right. I believe it might be in here, actually. So let's go ahead and find it. This is a really good page, by the way, for you guys to check out if you're not familiar with the game mechanics. Okay, here we go. Headquarters. Right. Command headquarters. If no core headquarters is in range, then command headquarter acts as a core headquarter. If there's no core blah blah blah. Provides up to 90% of the assault value of the attacking unit. I mean, this is it. A bonus of up to 90%, if at all possible there, really. Oh, I'll go ahead and check on that, I know. I think I started production, but I'll have to go check that. I think I started production, but I might have potentially done that. But we'll go ahead and double check it, so thank you for bringing that one up. So it's good to go back and be doubly sure, really, isn't it? Right. Oh, so I successfully caught the time freshwater fish. That's really good. Look at the post 25 in the Fred Island. Yeah, sure, go ahead and take a look at that. Thank you very much. Oh, okay, here we go. Post 25. Let's go ahead and take a look. It's such a momentous decision here. Ah, here we go. This is what I was looking for. Right. Let's see. Too long to read. Don't leave home without your army core headquarters presence. Is more important than preparation. The idea was to gain understanding of what defense adjusted AV, many things of blah 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 blah. Right, okay, so many of the combinations are yet to be tested, so I want to point out two most important finds for me. The effective army core headquarters is much more important than 10% to AV, which I've seen circulated. Headquarters have a chance to double the adjusted AV and all but eliminate leader penalties that are usually disastrous, ×2 to ×4 drops in AV. Command headquarters further double adjusted AV on its own, and the effect is cumulative. Right, so infantry division headquarters, core headquarters, all at preparation at 100. I got 1,994 adjusted. Wow. Yep, there we go. Let's see. Me apprentices the headquarter. Well, the core headquarters is a big boon, more than ×2 to adjusted, average adjusted AV. Yeah, so this is what we want here. We really want to have our assault value adjusted as much as possible. So all infantry prep 100%, attacking HQ prep 0. Yep, so all infantry prep 100. So you can see that the sort of orangey cubes actually, well, squares actually represent a infantry division with 100% preparation but no headquarters. So you can see that this is over the test here. So you can see that on average they are significantly lower. A infantry unit 100, but with an actual headquarters, it can be adjusted from, let's say, a base of 400-ish up to over 800. So this is what I was trying to find earlier. So thank you very much there, Infinite, for actually finding that for me. That's what I wanted there. So yeah, headquarters are very, very important. They can make a tremendous difference. And that's what we're going to do then. So let's see here then. Now, I don't think it actually matters then if we actually have them prepared for the prepared for Hengyang. Due to the fact that they are within range, it should have an impact anyway, I believe, if I'm reading that correctly. So that one wouldn't. That's the core headquarters. We've got the core headquarters down there anyway, which is good news. So at least we benefit from that. So let's see, core headquarters, right, army headquarters. Ah, okay, it's listed as an army, but it's still a core. Oh, right, okay, so these all have command radius of 1 anyway. Yep, okay. There's a North Army headquarters over here. Yeah, so I think all we need then is just the China Expeditionary Army headquarters planning for Hengyang. At least we'll get some sort of bonus there. And we've got the core headquarters over here in the form of the 23rd Army, so at least we have that then, so that's quite nice. LCU prep plus core army headquarter plus command headquarter is best of... yeah, okay. That makes sense. Fortunately, the actual army headquarters will be outside of range. Yeah, we do have the career army headquarters over here. Undecided about Ben. Also totally not creeping around right now. Oh dear. Well, we've got the actual army headquarters within range there. So that's 5 hex range. That's Hengyang at 2 hexes. So we have core headquarters that will be here tomorrow within 1 hex of the actual city of Hengyang. We've got the army headquarters over here at Changsha. And we've got the actual overall command headquarters at Hankow. Actually, no, it's at Wuchang, I should say. It's at Wuchang. So the good news is then we should benefit potentially quite decisively from the adjusted AV. Like, I mean, just take a look at that graph there. Just take a look at that. That's huge. Attacking adjusted AV from base 450. So you can see that even some of these attacks over here, like as it says over here then, some leader penalties. So these attacks actually suffered from the leader penalties. So you can actually see that they had 450 AV, but that was actually adjusted down by 2 or even more there. But you can see that with their headquarters, it doesn't actually go down. It'll stick at the base. So even at base, it's still at base, really. You can see just how many times this is at base, and just how much of a difference this means here. As you can see that having the headquarters, we have like a really, I mean, this is a big old difference. And I believe this is per division as well, so obviously with the units there, we could have some of our units actually be adjusted quite heavily in our favour, which would be really, really important. The good news is we do have a sizable force ready to cross the river. Well, they will be ready to cross the river. It's like right here, right now, we have 1550 assault value. So you can imagine if we had a ×2 adjustment there, a ×4 adjustment on individual units could make a massive difference, really. That would be nice. So you imagine if one of the actual divisions was adjusted with, like, I don't know, like ×2, ×4. That would make a tremendous, tremendous difference. I know I've been rambling a little bit. I can't help it. I'm just trying to get it across like how important this is. It's such an incredible day right now. It's unbelievable. But indeed, we are going to go ahead and have these guys continue in movement mode this turn. The reason being they're at 0. So next turn I'm going to have them move in combat mode. And we'll be all good there pretty much. Okay, so what I'm going to do then is call off the actual power drops, and we'll do that the turn after. What I'm going to do then is make sure I'm not storing. Yep, I'm going to turn that off. I was going to do that, but that wouldn't be a very good idea. The good news is we do actually have the supply moving up the river, which is not a good thing. I'm going to stop doing that after this anyway, so this is going to be the final store of supply moving up the river. Potentially in the future I might do it, but I don't think I have to. So I'm going to do that right now. So then I'll be unloading over there at Wuchang. Should be good. I could have it unload, in fairness, at Hankow, considering it would arrive at Hankow first, but it doesn't particularly matter. Then again, actually, yeah, we'll have it unload at Hankow. I think Hankow has a larger port for... and one, yes, so definitely, yeah, absolutely always Hankow then, to be honest. So we'll go ahead and unload at Hankow once they do arrive there. So unload cargo, that'd be good. It'd be nice if there was a button to tell them to like automatically dock, if possible. That'd be nice. Right, so what we're going to do here then is we're going to grab our K-43s. I'm going to rebuild the unit. And what I'm going to do then is just have them placed there. Just have them run combat air patrol for the time being. And the good news is I can drop off some of the fatigue while they are here, which is good news. I don't need them with the drop tanks. I'll have them run 15. Actually, just run 20 for the time being. Yeah, I mean, this is it. There's a lot of really important information on the forum. You can definitely find a lot of that. And it does make a big difference. It's really very nice. Yeah, it would have been nice to have, well, if we had more Imperial Japanese engineers over here. Like, if I could have had this engineer unit over here at this point in time, that would have been nice, but hey. Might not have been the best idea to have it cross immediately anyway, to be fair, considering the fact that it would get smushed, as it would be the smaller unit. But that's fine. So what I'm going to do then is stand down the actual paratroopers. And we're going to drop the turn after. So just continue to rest. Make sure we get rid of our destination, just in case. Right. I'm going to have them just stand down. Well, let's put them on supply, let's put them on rest. Just make sure they rest. So, all transports, there we go. No destination set, and they're 100% resting, that's good. These guys are ready anyway, in combat mode. Planning for Tiyun, so that's good. Over here we're going to do the same. There we go, 100% rest. All transports. No destination set. All of them are resting. That's good news. The good thing about this is it gives our, just burns off any fatigue. You can see that some of the aircraft still have some fatigue here as well. So even a little bit more time resting on the ground is going to be worthwhile. I'm looking forward to having all of our fighters actually made ready. Now, what I might do then is actually have, if possible, the Zeros join the attacks over Changsha, really. The reason being, it might look as though I'm going to be committed more to Changsha. It could also look as if it's a reaction to the Flying Tigers. There's a part of me that wonders about keeping them on the ground, perhaps. I might do that, to be honest. I may keep them on the ground. We'll see. Bloody cat's meowing. God damn it, John. Oh dear. Righto. So we'll go for that then. I think I'll keep the Zeros on the ground. Possibly. Let's see. 16 fatigue. They could do with some rest now anyway, to be fair. These other aircraft will be ready tomorrow. The fatigue on the aircraft's not bad. It's the fatigue on the pilots, really. In fairness, it might be worth having them sweep. But no, then again, it reveals the presence. But then again, it's one of these things of it doesn't really particularly matter, because at the end of the day, I'm looking to engage the Flying Tigers, and there's really nothing else in China worth bothering with, is there really? As long as if I have to worry about bombers, really. So I think what we'll do then is we'll have them sweep, and then we'll have them rest, perhaps. But then saying that, maybe just escort. It's hard. It's not a huge amount of fatigue. I think we'll have them sweep. At the end of the day, if they can shoot down the Tigers, then that is their job really pretty much done there. So let's take a look over here then. See you later then, John. Have a beautiful evening, my friend. So I might have them fly 20. We did sweep previously at 20,000 feet, actually, so maybe 25. We'll go for something like that then. So we'll have them sweep over here at Changsha. Ideally, he decides to go ahead and contest the skies there, then we should be able to destroy him. That would be quite nice. I might have... Well, then again, we want to be there to destroy him. If we wipe out those Flying Tigers, then we don't really need to worry too much anyway, do we? So, we'll go for that then, really. I think it's better to have a go at shooting down the enemy, if he indeed shows his face, than to have a little bit more rest and miss the enemy and potentially lose aircraft ourselves. Right, so we're going to do that. So what then I will do is... I could just have these guys actually just escort to Changsha. At least then that is a unit there. We could have further sweeps, to be fair, and I might go ahead and go for further sweeps. Like, we could have a sweep of zeros, a sweep of Ki-43s. I could actually split them up to different altitude bands. Or do I just keep them an escort? It's a difficult decision. I don't have that much in the way of fatigue, so it really doesn't particularly matter what I do with these guys as such. I'm trying to think how to potentially use them to their greatest advantage, really. It's a good number. How you doing there, Ragnar? Good to have you, my friend. We're just getting ready for the big operation in China. We're going to have troops begin to cross the river tomorrow. We were going to drop the paratroopers, but we're going to delay that another day, and then drop them for damn sure the day after. Assuming everything goes well, which it should do. So I'm just trying to decide now whether... we've got some zeros over here to actually sweep over to Changsha. I'm trying to decide if I want to sweep with these guys as well, or just have them part as the escort. It probably is worthwhile to actually have them sweep, to be fair. I could have them sweep at 20,000 feet. What altitude are they? Let's see. Maneuverability. I could have them even down at 15,000, perhaps. They would be maneuverable, but at their most maneuverable there. What do you guys reckon? Do we go for where we have the most maneuverability? I mean, it depends really what altitude he's going to be flying. I think we'll go for 15,000 feet. We've got the zeros running at 25. We'll have these guys run at 15,000 feet. I don't need to use the drop tanks considering the distance anyway, which is 4, so we're well within our normal range. Let's see, the normal range of the aircraft is... Oops. 5, so yeah, we're running at 4, so within normal range. So we shouldn't suffer terribly much from operational losses. So that's good news. Okay. So we're going to sweep over here at Changsha. Very nice. They're going to sweep 15. The zeros are going to sweep at 25. Then what I'll do then... Let's see, so... Aircraft. Ki-27s. They're going to escort over Changsha. And I believe... I don't know, do I go for the ground attack, or do I go for... I think it's probably worthwhile going for the ground attack, but then again, like, how much damage am I going to do with the ground attack? But then it's not so much about the damage, it's more so about sowing some disruption and fatigue, really. See, the thing is, I really did consider actually going ahead and bombarding at Changsha this turn, but we're going to do that next turn. So yeah, I think we'll... I mean, this is it. If we wait to draw the paratroopers, he may not pull out everything in Changsha. So... if we get a turn to actually properly bombard, that'd be nice. Yeah, we'll see about that. But yeah, we're going to go ahead, and I think 3,000 feet once again. I think at the end of the day, we have a tremendous amount. I am tempted to go for the airfield, to be honest. If I go for the airfield, at least I do have a chance of actually hitting the airbase supply. But no, we'll go for ground attack. Yeah, we'll go for ground attack. Yeah. Murphy's over in Thailand at the moment, so he says there's a lot of cats outside. So, yeah, it's one of those things. They make a hell of a racket, don't they, when they start going for it. Right, let's see. That's 9 at max. So I'm going to do is set all level bombers at the base on ground attack. So, yeah. We're going to have 2 sweeps then by the Oscars. We'll have a 0 sweep as well. So, ideally, he does try to contest the actual attack at Changsha. That would be very nice. Because if he does send the if he does send the Tigers, he's going to be 1, greatly outnumbered. 2, he's going to be facing 0, so we're going to have that qualitative edge as well as the numerical edge. But also potentially altitude. I mean, depending on what altitude he attempts to attack, who knows? We'll see. But we'll have these guys to escort, so even if we lose a few bombers, okay, whatever. It's more so about the operation here. Right. So all these guys are going to be going in at 3,000 feet, where they're going to be able to cause the maximum amount of destruction, which is very nice. I don't want to put these guys in there. They wouldn't be ready for well, they'd be ready for the day after. These are the ones. I'm going to hold on to them. I don't really need... Well, I do and I don't, but I want to make sure I have a pull just so I can actually push them to when I actually need them. Over here right now I'm okay. So I'm not too, like, concerned with that. Okay, so the infantry brigades march as well. I'm going to have them planned for Hengyang. Ideally, they may be able to make use of that. They're gonna take a few days. See, the armor over here, if I take a look at its progress, so we've got 13. Yeah, so it's going to take us a little while longer. Now, armor on secondary roads moves at 30 miles per day, so we will not be here tomorrow. We're still going to be in this hex tomorrow, but then the day after we'll be here, and we might even be here. No, it depends, really. Actually, no. We'll definitely be here the day after, maybe there the day after, but it's going to be around about 4 days before we arrive in Hengyang. But the good news is when we do arrive in Hengyang, we're going to have 532 armoured vehicles in there. The way you can tell how many tanks you have is by AFV, so assault strength. Like, you can see how it works is we have 80 assault value here. So that is this number. These are the fighting units, and that's how you get your assault value. So all these guys are planned for Changsha. I'm going to keep them planned for Changsha for the time being. The reason being, there's still time to turn around or to, well, who knows, we might even take Hengyang. And we might want to actually have planning for another city, so I'm going to leave it until they actually have to change it if necessary. But it's one of those of, is it even worthwhile? Maybe, probably not. It might be worthwhile just to keep the plan for Changsha, due to the fact that we actually do have a decent amount of it. Who knows, it might come in handy later on, we never know. So we're going to go with that. So I'm going to make doubly sure that we have stood down the paratroopers. So 100% rest. Yep, there we go. Same over here as well, 100% rest. That's excellent. Okay, I'm going to keep the reconnaissance flights going. That would be a very good idea. But yeah, it's going to be a very big day tomorrow. Depending on how he reacts might determine the entire... I don't know, who knows? So the thing is, the fight in China... This operation is, okay, it's geared towards like the Changsha area, but this operation doesn't end here. This operation ends over here in Chongqing. Now, Chongqing is the target, ultimately. If I can get into this area over here, then that's more or less it for China. He can keep fighting for a while, but that's more or less it for real resistance in China. So that would be very exciting. We are going to have a fight over here as well, which is going to be very good. So shock attack there. I'm going to look to put pressure here at Ichang. I'm going to hope that he sees this and he might think that this is actually just a distraction from Changsha. And then obviously what we'll be doing then is bombarding Changsha the turn after. So he may still even believe that the main attack will take place at Changsha. I mean, who knows really? It's one of those of, what does he really fear more? Does he fear Changsha more? Does he fear Hengyang more? But we'll see about that. And the good news is, due to the fact that we will be throwing down the paratroopers, he's going to be guessing. He knows an attack will be coming. Like, he's going to know immediately an attack is coming. But he won't know much more than that, really. So that's what's going to play in our favour, ideally. The indecision, the unknown, really. That's what we want. Indeed, we will be rolling for Chunky. Yeah, so this is it. I'm going to send these forces to the north as well. I am tempted to send this force as well. I suppose at the end of the day, I'm going to send it north as well. I can always send it back down. At least it's an additional 42 AV. And if anything, I could use it as a very temporary garrison just to make sure that we do have something there. And allow everything else to keep on rolling. So we'll have that north as well. We're going to send these heavy guns, and they probably won't arrive in time, but who knows really what the future holds for us. This division's going to take some turns longer to arrive at its destination, but c'est la vie, really. C'est la vie on that one. The brigade over here. Put them in combat. Yeah, so these guys will arrive here tomorrow. I think this is a... yeah, major road, so that's good news. We'll arrive there tomorrow. So he's going to ideally see forces at Nanning. And what I might even do then is actually have forces looked across at Nanning. Bear in mind that we can cancel that the turn after. As long as they don't arrive, then yeah, there's no problem there. But I think potentially by doing that, it may cause additional confusion, really. May have him think that, well, Christ, is he going to attack at Nanning too? What's going on here? We'll see. It looks as if he has moved additional forces back into Luchao, so that's interesting. Yeah, he's up to 7 units here, so he might just have the base force here, but I imagine he's probably got the base force and maybe another corps, maybe two. Well, I'm going to say another corps. Yeah, those numbers are kind of what they were. Okay. And once again, we do have the tanks rolling north. There's a temptation to send the infantry regiment, which is part of the 51st Division. In fairness, I could reform the division. Fuchao, Amoy. Yeah, so the 51st Division is in this area, but we'll go ahead and reform that in the near future. I suppose it's worthwhile to have some forces ready just in case of any eventuality, really. Who knows? We will bombard once again Wankao tomorrow, which would be excellent news. Yeah, if I take a look over here then, so there's 21% damage to the airfield as far as we can determine. Clear skies over Changsha. But we're going to hit the troops tomorrow. So the good news is it might have him think that we are going to be launching an attack at Changsha, perhaps. Obviously, he would be more informed if we bombarded, but we're not going to give him that information. But yeah, if anything, it might cause some disruption to certain units, and that could be really good. If we slow him down even in the slightest, that can make all the difference in the world there, really. And the beautiful thing is, if we were able to take Hengyang immediately, that would be just insane. That would be the biggest thing possible for us there. So we'll have to hope for that. There's every chance that he might move back over here, but we'll see what we can do. Then again, there is... Yeah, I know, right. How you doing there, Talon? In fact, I might... Yeah, you know what? I might bomb Shangtan. It's a hard decision there, really. If I bomb Shangtan, it might delay him. Yeah, the Great Offensive will begin shortly, really. We're going to have these troops begin marching. They're already marching over here to Henyang, so it's going to take 2 days. So we'll arrive here on turn 72 really is when we're going to arrive there. I think I might go ahead and bomb here then. I suppose this is it, really. He might just sit pretty at Changsha, but these troops probably might move down there. So I think we'll go ahead and do that. I'm going to change over to Shangtan. I think that makes sense, really, doesn't it? I'm sure everybody else would agree on that one. So we'll change targets and we'll hit Shangtan. I could still probably sweep Changsha with the zeros. So I said all bombers. Right, so they're all targeted now Shangtan at 3,000 feet. It is clear terrain. There's probably some fortifications here, but clear terrain, we might even have a more advantageous result there from the actual attacks, rather than from the urban light over here. Now, with the fortifications, it will help him. He has 159 guns, but I don't imagine he's got much in the way of AA. But considering as well that we'll be going in at 3,000 feet, which will trigger his AAA, at least that's going to use some actual supplies from those units, and some supply in that area behind him. The good news is the turn after, when we do drop the paratroopers, that, I don't know, it's one of these things. If we force him into a situation where he feels he has to fight, but if he fights, he's going to run low of supply very quickly. And this is it, really. A single day delay, or 2 days delay, would be amazing. But this is it. If he delays too long, he's going to find himself having to deal with a good couple hundred tanks at Hengyang. And the thing is, tanks are going to rip him up in the open terrain. We might still get pushed back depending on how many forces he sends, but the thing is, he's gonna really suffer. And the thing is, if he can't push us back and he keeps on fighting here, he's gonna run low of supply very quickly. Especially with the paratroopers over here. So it's gonna be very much a unwinnable situation, ideally. If this goes how we want, this could be an unwinnable situation for him, really. Which is what we want. Right, so what I'm gonna do here then is, let's see. These guys are all targeting Shangtan. Good, that's what we want. What I'm going to do then is change the bombers and the fighters as well. So, fighters are going to be changed over here to Shangtan. They're going to obviously escort at 3,000. The Zeros, I may have them continue to sweep at Changsha. But I don't know, actually, that does make me wonder. I might actually have them stand down completely. The reason being, at least they're a shock element then. And I do have 16 fatigue on the actual pilot, so if I actually have them rest, they could burn off some of that fatigue. And then they're going to be completely ready. Yeah, and he's not going to know about that. Maybe. It's one of these. I don't think we're going to find him at Shangtan via air power. If he's running long-range combat patrol over, maybe, but I think we could deal with that. So we're going to have these guys stand down, just rest. Yeah, 100% rest. And these guys are going to go ahead and sweep over here to Shangtan. I could split them into 3, to be fair. Make sure that they go in. So I'm going to do that, actually. Make sure they go in. Subtle care for the freeze. I'm going to have this group going in at 20,000 feet instead as well. Have the other 2 groups going at 15. That's 5 hexes away, so within their range, which is good. So yeah, we'll go ahead and ground bomb it at Shangtan. And then I think Changsha maybe the day after. But then again, it might be the case that we just bomb... Yeah, we're probably going to bomb Hengyang the turn after. At least then that'll ideally... Yeah. Might soften them up a little bit. I mean, any sort of softening would be really good. Really, really nice. There's just so much to this operation, it's incredible, really. I think I might even transfer additional bombers to the north, to be honest. And let's see, at Wuchang, I do have aviation support, so I think I will do that. You know, I completely forgot about those Oscar A's. Honestly, God, forgot about them. But they're training. I might leave them just to train, to be fair. Yeah, I'll leave them just to train. I've got enough fighters, to be fair. If I take a look at bombers. These guys aren't amazing, but they could make a big difference. So I think what I'm going to do then is actually have them transferred to Wuchang. I think we really go in big here. As many aircraft as we can really feasibly manage would be nice. I mean, we're bombing Wuchang, but it's not making a massive difference. And we're bombarding it via the sea anyway, so... Ah, well. So we'll have them moving over here to Wuchang. It's going to push the aviation support over its limit, probably, but still be good news anyway. So if I take a look... Actually, we're looking okay, but if I take a look over here, then aviation support will tell a different story. God damn it. There we go. Yes, over. But that's okay. Yeah, plenty of those in reserve, actually. Not many of them. A few of them in the pool. If I take a look then, aircraft data. So these guys are carrying a few bombs. They're kind of like the close air support anyway. Like these are kind of like... I mean, this is pretty much like the Japanese Stuka, really. So what I'm going to go ahead and do then is hit Shangtan as well. It's a little bit of a risk. Maybe I will put the Ki-43As over there, but we'll see. I might be able to take the risk there. No, in fact, what I'm going to do is it's not worth taking the risk. And oh hey ho, I've got some additional bombers there. Nice. Yeah, so I'll move the Ki-43As. I mean, at least we do have something there too. There we go. But this is additional bombers that we can make use of. They don't have a huge amount of armaments, but it's still going to make some difference, really. Right. Yeah, like lights underpowered sun, yes. Oh, actually, they're not even ready, are they? Oh, that's just been changed over today. No one forgot about it. That's why. It's a new development. Right, K-27's over here. I could transfer some of these guys over there. They're part of China Expeditionary Army, so they would do great. Using drop tanks, please. So yeah, we'll transfer them over. Some additional K-27s will be useful. So send them over there to Wuchang. There we go. Those are transports. Reconnaissance aircraft. They're naval type training aircraft. Okay. So pretty much that is all the air power, more or less, in China. They're running reconnaissance of Wonkao. They're running naval training. Yeah, okay, that's fine by me. So we're going to really just try and pound Shangtan as much as possible, really. So if I take a look over here, I mean, Christ, they're not great aircraft, but that's still 77 additional aircraft. 77. That's that's not nothing. And it could make a difference. And it would be nice. I mean, if we concentrated all the bombers in China against Hengyang on the turn that we actually arrive there, that could make a nice bit of difference there for when we do actually hit it. How you doing there, AT? Good to have you, my friend. Right, so all of them will hit Shangtan. So set all there. We'll have these Ki-27s actually escort over there to Shangtan. Right, escort. Also at 3,000 feet. Make sure they coordinate. Right, there goes Shangtan. So if we take a look at that then. I mean, you look there, there's 103 bombers ready. They're going to be joined by another... Yeah, so we're going to have 180 bombers hit Shangtan tomorrow. That's a big investment in bombers, you know. That's a big investment in bombers. And also there's more of them that aren't ready at this moment in time. But that's a hefty investment. He's not going to like that. I can imagine he's not going to like that. Well, that's good to have you, 18. Glad you made it, my man. Okay, so we're going to stand down with the paratroopers. That's all done. These guys are getting ready to cross, so what we're going to do here, go ahead and do is go through the commands. 75, what we're going to do then is sort it by AV, so the best AV unit gets the best commander. Which he already is. Kanda Masatani. What I'll do is quickly double check actually the leaders. Here we go. How to choose leaders. I'll let you guys read that for just a second when I double check something on the Discord. Frontline units tonight. Here we go. High probability of combat. Let you guys double check that when I just check something. Yeah, all good. That's fine. So, land skill, inspiration, leadership. Administration's good as well, but not the major thing. So land skill really is the big thing there. Assault value, fire accuracy, experience gain. So, yeah, he's pretty damn good. Doesn't have as much in the way of leadership, but still, That's 79. That's a whole 9 more points there in land. That's hard to say no to. So that is going to be the commander there of the 6th Division. 12th Division is going to be commanded then. So Kasahara is also... Yeah, I might have gone through here previously and actually assigned the best commanders I could. So yeah, he can stay as he is for the commander of the 12th Division. The commander of the 15th Division is also the best I can do. Well, that makes things simple. 4th Brigade can have a better commander, I believe. Yep, there we go. Issei Yoshiro. Or Yoshio. Yoshio? Yeah, Ishii Yoshio. There we go, so we have a new commander there. So, 70 land combat skill is the average here, which is very nice. What I'm going to do then is double check the commander of the 23rd Army, so that is Sakai Takashi. Let's see. Double check the leader. I probably went through this in an earlier turn, actually, I tell you that. Let's see. Headquarters. Right. Right, frontline cores, high administration skill apparently. Okay. High land and administration. So I think what I'm going to go for then is the land skill and inspiration, to be honest. We want that first attack to be as powerful as possible, really. So land skill and inspiration. It's like a one difference, really, isn't it? But then again, he's got good administration. Aggression's good, so... Kitano Kenzo will become the commander here of the 23rd Corps. 30 points, but it'll be 30 points well spent if it makes a difference. So there we go. Kitano Kenzo will be the commander there. He will arrive here tomorrow, which is good news, within 1 hex of Hengyang, which is exactly what we need. So that's going to make a tremendous difference. So let's take a look then. 104th. We'll give you a superior commander. So let's see. 68. How you doing that, Oscar? When Carl's still holding on, tough, not bad one. Well, that is, yeah, it really is. Fortress Britannia, obviously not going to attack, we're just going to starve out. But for Wenkao, I should have actually not underestimated it. I underestimated it when I decided that we shouldn't have bombarded it with battleship. But we are bombarding it with heavy cruiser day in, day out, so it will crack inevitably anyway. Okay, let's see. So, 69 here. Let's go ahead and take a look at actually what we need for the land units again. Frontline units. Land skill and inspiration. Yeah, land skill and inspiration is a good one there. $71 there. Yeah. Some political points there. There we go. Inspiration 71. Land skill is 68, so that's worthwhile. So that's the new commander of the the 104th Division. These guys over here. Inspiration may vary. I'll sort them out the turn after then, I reckon. We'll see what happens first and foremost, and then decide whether or not it's worthwhile. It probably is worthwhile, but I don't want to spend too many political points as of yet, because I might be able to find superior commanders from elsewhere for the armor. Yeah, so, it's looking good. It is looking really good. There's a lot of commanders in here, so we might just settle for the divisions, actually. The brigade over here. It's got a very good commander, actually, but it's going to take some time to arrive. Major General. Let's see, that's 78, actually. 73. I tell you what, we're going to take the commander there from that brigade. Right. He's still a good commander, but I'm going to take that Major General. $75, let's see. Yeah, there we go, 78 now. So that could make a difference there, having a slightly better commander. 79. Yeah. It's going to cost us a few political points, but it's worth it. So we've got 79, 78. Then we'll change you to 75. There we go. So 79, 78, 75, 70 here. So what I can do then now is go here and change you to the 73 commander. So there we go. So 79, 78, 75, 73, there we go. How you doing there, Steins? New to the series between you and THG, and I really enjoyed watching the videos. The depth you go into is great, also new to this game. The game is fantastic. I do believe it's on sale for around about £20 or $20. It's one of those. So definitely worth picking up if you actually do not own it already. But yeah. I'm not familiar... Well, obviously I do not know how much detail THG goes into on his end. I tend to go over, I suppose you could say. But then again, it's one of these things. I like to go in real detail as much as I can. And... let's see, if you like that, you are more than welcome here. But I think as Japan, you definitely have to be honest. Okay. So, we've assigned the best commanders possible there, which, who knows, that could make a difference as well. Like as we said here, I'm going to bring that graph up again. So this chart over here, sorry. So defense, defending adjusted AV from bases, yeah, attacking adjusted AV from bases, there we go. Yeah, exactly as AT says there. So this is it. So as you guys can see then, all infantry prep at 100 with no headquarters. We're not gonna have that prep, but we are gonna have the headquarters here. But you can see with the headquarters, it puts a base there. Even if we got like, I mean, if we got 600 or just any adjustment up, that could really make a big difference. Like if that 1500 could fight like 2000 or more than that, that would be amazing. Ideally, we'll have additional reinforcements as well, so... Ideally, we're going to hit him like a goddamn truck, you know what I mean? That's what we want there. We want to hit him as hard as absolutely possible. World in Flames. I've seen that, but I've never looked at it, actually. So there we go. Yeah, I'll go ahead and check that out. I'm more or less done here in China, to be fair. Yeah, I don't think there's really anything else I can particularly do here at this moment in time. I've got that over there, let's see. Ah, there we go. 160. Well, they're packing up anyway. I'd like to try and find something there so I could move that entire division elsewhere. But we'll see here then. These troops are marching down there. But yeah, it's going to look great. So, I mean, let's go over this one more time. So we have 77 bombers there that are ready. 4 not ready, but they'll be ready soon enough. So 77. And then we have 103 over here. And that's... yeah. 180 in total. That's... it's a lot of firepower. It's going to be a lot of firepower to drop down on this over here. And the good news is, because there's not as many units there, they should really hit those units that are in the hex a little bit harder than they would elsewise. So, we can all but hope that's going to make a big difference. Yeah, if we slow him down, if he is slowed in any way, that'd be worthwhile. The thing is, if he goes into movement mode as well, we might be able to hit him even harder. I think in combat mode they take less losses, but in movement mode they take more. So that'd be great. But yeah, if we could cause any disruption, fatigue, that'd be fantastic. Just try and slow him down as much as possible. Maybe I go ahead and sweep with the zeros as well. I think I'm going to go ahead and sweep with the zeros as well. Do I? Is he going to expect it? No, I'm going to say no. I want... Yeah, yeah. We have the Oscars to sweep, so at least that's something. Let the Zeros rest. Let these guys rest over here as well. Oh, that's awesome, my dude. Yeah, you really love the game when you play by email. Play by email. But there we go. So I think that is China more or less done. I will end the turn tonight, but I'm going to make sure I have some time to double check it, triple check it before I do send it off. This is such a pivotal turn, really. We're going to make sure everything is really up to standard. Right, so I'm moving the third RTA over there to join the 6th RTA as well. The second RTA is not far now. They're only about a few miles from crossing the actual border over here back into Thailand, which is good news, to Chiang Mai, which will take some additional time, but they'll be making their way down there. This is now empty. It does have a patrol boat, which is very handy. What I may do then is... We're going to be looking at actually moving oil out of Borneo very soon as well, actually. Oil and fuel. Whatever we can, as much as we can, really, as quickly as we can. Let's see. Where do I want to have the ability to move more forces? I think I'll have these guys head out for San Fernando. Possibly, yeah. I think San Fernando. Oh, I'll be back in a second, guys. I just need to go ahead and open the door downstairs, so be right back. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, I'm going to have them shifted over to San Fernando. The reason being, I do need to move assets around the Philippines. So I'd like to have some additional availability over there. Right, so I do have the torpedo boats over here. They're currently patrolling. These guys are heading back. I'd like more destroyers, to be honest. Right. So they're heading to Takao. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to cancel that for the time being. I'm going to have them actually head into San Fernando. And then I'll have the destroyers from Takao actually go ahead and meet us over here at San Fernando in the future. I'd rather send in all DDs rather than DD light cruiser. So they can act as a surface combatant group there anyway. Did a binge on this play-by-email series by turn by turn. It's certainly been fascinating. Well, this is it, isn't it, really? Like, there's a big difference in opinion and belief between myself and Matt. But this is it. Like, I don't know what he knows. He doesn't know what I know. So it's kind of crazy, really. There's just so much going on. So, yeah, it's amazing, really. But I do respect THG. I think he's been a fantastic opponent. But this is it. I'm looking forward to showing him that I have learned the lessons, and I've learned, you know what I mean? That's what I want to show him. And I really want to show it in a big way. So I'm going to get that opportunity to do so. Right, the good news is this is going to be the last time that we actually, have our forces, submarines head back here to Marie. Probably be operating exclusively out of Balikpapan in the near future. So that'll be quite good. Right, so they're loading troops and move up over here. We're going to go ahead and move over there. Now, they're going to move... What is the roads over here? It's secondary. Yes, secondary. So it's going to take some time to march anyway. So we're going to have them move in movement mode. These guys do need some looking after. What is the actual damage here, then? Majors, not bad. I can deal with that. I can deal with that. I might have the ability to repair here. It's a size 4 port. What I'm going to do, then, is have the Akikaze... Stay in the port. Like so. I'm going to have you head to, let's see... Koi's over there. I'm going to have them move over to Makassar. The reason is I could use them to move those guys around. But yeah, this is fantastic. The fact that I can refuel over here to Balapapan is just immensely important right now. It's going to change the operations in the Dutch East Indies. I mean, this is it. We can move around, like... so much easier now. It's unreal. We don't have to... We're no longer operating on a shoestring budget here, is the way to put it. We are now able to operate from Balapapan. We have the fuel here to fuel this. And once Ambon falls, then that is all the major bases in this area of the Dutch East Indies under our control. It is only Ambon, but Ambon will fall in the near future. I'm going to keep on bombarding Ambon because I can. I want to cause as much damage as I can. I mean, looking at this, I mean, airfield damage at 88%, he's not running anything out of Ambon. Absolutely nothing will run out of Ambon now. We still have to be careful of the submarines over here, but that's something to bear in mind. Also over here as well. It was a shame to lose the ships over here, but it is what it is. Things happen, don't they? Yeah, 2 subs there. There we go. Do you have this map mod listed somewhere? Oh, the map mod is fantastic, to be honest. Absolutely amazing. What I'm going to do here then is... so what you need to go ahead and do is if you go ahead and join the Voice of the Ostfront, which is my Discord server, and if you head down here into War in the Pacific, and if you go under pinned messages, yeah, under pinned messages, scroll down... Yeah, okay. Here we go. So this is the most up-to-date, so thank you very much there, Marshal Tito. He's a very busy guy, but he was a fantastic guy to put this together for us, so that's very handy. There's a lot of good stuff in here as well that's been pinned over the time. Toski did me something quite good there. I can't remember what that's for. I think it's to actually update the game. But yeah, some very useful stuff there. Cyanite, well, Pionite, he made the actual CB's utility, which was amazing. But there you go. Definitely worth taking a look at. And there's my beautiful meme. I love that fucking meme. Okay. There we go. But yeah. Yeah, you're more than welcome. There's a few choices in the actual folders that you download there. I'm using Pure R&R. So that's Pure R&R, which is Pure Roads and Railways. So really good. Really awesome. Okay. Everybody's marching. Excellent news. I do have the 23rd there. Yeah, I know. Sometimes I might do it, but I didn't show it, which is good news. Alright, there we go. Excellent. So we've got the tankers unloading over here then, which is good. So they're unloading that fuel. I actually do have a decent amount of fuel here now, which is pretty good. It means that we can operate. I'm half tempted to actually... I mean, this is it. I can't really like patrol here by Ambon in case I get bombarded. It's really that defensive gun I've got to look after. Well, watch out for really. We'll see. So I may refuel actually, but we'll leave it as long as I can. I don't want to suck up all the fuel just in case. Right, PB's over here. I'm moving in. I've got this force over here actually, which is good. I'm glad that we have additional destroyers over here. It gives me a lot of versatility as well, which is very nice. Right. Yes, we actually have some mines present now at Kandari, which is brilliant. It's taken a bloody long time, but it's been worth it. But yeah, I'm going to be able to get fuel moving down here soon enough, which I'm looking forward to. Are you out of mines? You are indeed out of mines. So I'm going to disband you into the actual port. There we go, disband. Take the patrol boats that's in port out of here. There we go. There's also an escort in here, the Ishigaki. There we go. That's a lot of endurance, isn't it? Yeah, those things are really good. Okay. What I'll do then is actually have their home port set to Namla, so they'll head over there to refuel when they need to. In fact, I might have them head over to Namla now, actually. Assuming that I do have mines here, I'm fairly confident. And I'd have them escort as well, but probably not. Might be worthwhile moving some shore boats over to Balapapan, but we'll see about that. What I'll do is obviously move the KI-48 over there soon enough. I could move some aircraft to Balapapan now, actually. Yeah, maybe... I don't know, I'm kind of tempted to send some aircraft to Balapapan. I might as well continue with that, but I can do so, so it might be worthwhile. We've got the Oscars over here. I'm going to rebuild them. So they're currently running long-range combat patrol, which I'm going to stop now. So run 30% combat patrol here. So running over Balapapan. Sorry, over Makassar. I've got some Ki-27s over there. I'm going to move some Ki-27s over there just to act as interdiction. In case it gets smart and tries to land there. Well, tries to hit the port. Not the port, so you know what I mean, the actual facilities there. Right, so 30, 70. So they can run then over Balapapan. There we go. Yeah, just over the aviation support, but that's fine. So if I double check over here then. Obviously I'm playing it in windowed mode, aren't I? So what I'm going to do then, go to industry management. Let's see, oil. Producing. So I've set to repair. I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to actually build up the amount I have before I do that. I think I'll turn the repair off here until I have more supplies. Well, then again, actually, what's Myriad? I'll let it build up first, and then we'll keep on repairing the facilities. I'm going to try and build up at least 10,000 so I can actually, like, repair. Refineries. Balapapan. Producing, okay, but not repairing. That's good. That's what we want. In the future, when I have more supply here, we'll go ahead and repair, but not now. Right, there we go. Let's see. I think I'm gonna bring these submarines back, actually. At least some of them. I'd like to have more head down to Perth. So I think I'll start by bringing a few of them in just from the outskirts, really. So return to Balapapan. You're even set to react, which is ridiculous. Alright, there we go. Right, so we'll have 3 of them return home. To their new home. We have a submarine tender on the way, so that'll be good news then. So yeah, what I'm going to go ahead and do then is restock them on fuel, which would be really nice, and then we'll have them head down towards Perth more than likely. I could continue to operate out here, but we'll see about that. Right, let's see. Do we run operations here to hit shipping? I think what we're going to do then is actually divide this unit. These guys are just going to run escort over here at Sinkwang. What I'm going to do with the other 2 is actually have them transferred over to Johor Bahru. So I have additional fighters there, then I can increase the amount of bombers as well that I'm running. So Sinkwang. Transfer these guys over. We might lose some in the transference, which is not great. Yeah, some of the damage, but that's okay. Then what I'll do then is have them sweep. Or even just run escort, to be fair. I think I'll have them just run escort. I think we run at 17,000 feet. I can't remember anymore. Yeah, 17,000 feet. Right, 17,000. All airport fees do that. 30% rest. Over Singapore. Yeah, there we go. So what we'll do then is we'll see how we get on there, increase the amount of fighters, and then I'm going to begin to increase the amount of bombers hitting the actual position there. Right, I need more garrison there. Kind of annoying. Artillery over here, actually. Oh, that just arrived, so that's going to head down there to Johor. Additional guns will be handy. And you down there as well. Get those guns moving. Okay. So, what I'm going to be doing then is I'm going to be moving the Southern Army. So you can see that the Southern Army has a command radius at 9. So if I have the the Southern Army position then at Kota Buru, they are within command radius of Singapore, which is good news. So we'll have the actual, let's see, we'll have the 25th Army, which are both core headquarters within 1 hex of Singapore with good planning. Every other unit will have good planning as well. So we're going to take advantage of having the aviation adjustment, AV adjustment from the headquarters nearby. We're going to make good use of that, which would be very nice, very handy. Right, so you're heading in there. I might have you instead head to Sinkwang, but no, actually I'm going to need it there to Miri, which is where we're going to be obviously protecting the oil and fuel export. Okay. These guys are moving in. Might be worthwhile to land there, to be honest. I might go ahead and do that. $60 men. It's not a big loss if it's wrong. So we'll go ahead and land there. There we go. I don't think there's any troops there. Maybe there is, but we'll find out. I want to cut him off from any line of retreat, because if I go down here, he can't retreat this way. But if I can cut him off from this position over here, because he might be drawing supply from this position, then we could try to force him to surrender, really. So we'll go for that. Okay, moving the 4th Air Division in there. Yeah, we're going to move it into Babal and then transfer it onto faster ships anyway, weren't we? So that's fine. So they can move in there, unload. Their home port is going to be Baldwab, so they don't set off somewhere else. And they're going to unload their cargo, which is good. Right. Transport. Okay. Now, the thing is, let's see. Yes, I'm going to load up additional fuel then. Load that fuel up. Have it head to Kendari. Then we'll return. But I might have it actually head to Balapapan, but we'll see about that. I don't want to go down that way without taking anything, so we'll see. I might head this way, I might head that way. But I don't want to go anywhere without actually taking something as well. Fast transport's moving out. Kitapatai. Sorry, mini Kitapatai. I'm going to have it actually move to the north. There's some fuel of these islands as well, so at least I could make use of that. Not so much fuel over that way, but we'll head over this way and then we'll head towards Truck. From our northernly approach. Come over from this way. Like that, just trying to avoid running into submarines along the way there, really. If I can try and come in from a different direction, that might be able to help us out there. We'll try and do what we can. It might be just worthwhile actually just going straight, to be fair. I think we'll just go straight. For now, anyway. So I could always come down from south and then north. Okay. So, everybody who is in the channel right now, and you guys want to go ahead and like the video. It does help the channel to grow, and it's super easy to do. But it definitely does help out considerably, and I would very much appreciate it. So anyhow, right. Just unload a supply over here, which is worthwhile doing. That'd be nice. Then combat. These guys are blah blah blah. There we go. So, I'm going to be building the airbase up over here then. So I'm going to go ahead and begin to expand the airfield. So how many engineers do I actually have here now? So I've got 12 engineers, so it's going to take a while, but it doesn't take terribly long to reach level 2 airbase. So that'd be fine. If I take a look at Luganville down here then, 80% there to level 4 airfield, which is going to be the maximum size we expand really anywhere. Right. What are you up to? I'm going to disband you if you're not needed. No troop capacity there. They arrived here recently. I'm gonna have them disband. Still not unloading any fuel here. It just doesn't seem like it's gonna happen, which is annoying. So what we'll do then is we'll pull out. I'll just have to get a tanker to head down there. I could maybe... I mean, this is it. I don't know. I don't know what the reason is why. Yeah, I'm just too large. We could begin to expand the port afterwards. So disband you into the port there. I'm gonna have Kashai move out back to truck. I was sending out a crappy patrol boat there. Once we get past these waters, then I'll have her head out on her own there, really. But at least, well, then again, it might actually be just making it even easier for me to be hit. But we'll see. The most dangerous aspect, but the most dangerous time is actually leaving the port, really. That's, if he's going to have submarines, that's where they're going to be, really. So we'll have them head out. At least then it's something, I suppose. If anything, it might be something to actually take a hit instead of the actual cruiser, really. We'll give it a go. Give it a go. Okay. Let's take a look at these patrol patterns. Or lack thereof. Right. So you're still heading down that way. I do need to get fuel down to Luganville, that's the problem. Now, he has spotted the combined fleet, which is going to be very interesting in how that can actually change things. So we'll see. Actually, I don't want to get that close. About 5 hexes is actually fine. We'll patrol over this way, and then I'll patrol south. Yeah, you haven't got a huge amount of fuel. Yeah, look at that range. My god, that's amazing. You're quite damaged, so I've got to be careful of you. It is a very risky proposition moving through here. Considering this is all shallow as well. I'm not going to take that much of a risk. I'd rather go around. But what I'm going to do is actually have you set to patrol these waters here. I don't have a huge amount of range. So patrol this area there. Then at least we're not going too far. We're not taking too much of a risk. Especially with a damaged submarine. So we'll go with that. Subs are just patrolling still around here. He's still trying to bloody run that reconnaissance and failing. Bloody run it, you fool. I'm coming more and more to believe that he's not in NZ right now, to be honest, but who knows. It really is hard to say. I do want to make sure that we still have submarines around here, so I'm not going to just completely give up on it. He could still be in this area and we wouldn't know. So we'll make sure we take that into consideration, really. Patrolling out that way soon enough. We might even send a sub in there to hit them if they stay there, to be honest. That would be very nice. Right, okay. So what we're going to do then is take the submarine with the float plane. We're going to have it actually remain in this area. A little bit more closely. I don't want it to attack really so much. I'm going to put reaction on there. I also want it to actually detect the enemy. Let's see. Let's figure out if it was going from Christmas Island, where would he need to go Pago Pago? Assuming he takes the most direct method, which is not a not a guaranteed thing at that. So let's see. It's going to go... Yeah, it's going to go there anyway. So that's okay. What I'll do is I'll patrol along that path. What I'll do then. So 6. There we go. So we'll patrol along here then. If he passes that way, we'll try and capture him with this submarine. We'll keep patrolling this area. Right. We'll try... get in there with the float plane. Yeah, try and get that reconnaissance there. Any additional reconnaissance over here to Pearl Harbor would be very, very nice. That, we'll wait and see what happens. Everything's just moving into position now. I'm going to wait for everything everything over here to get into position. I'm going to have the submarines head that way. I'm in fact going to have the AS move to Marcus Island instead. I don't want to take a risk, to be honest. So once we figured out what he's doing over in that area, then we'll move the AS. I personally think he's actually just trying to hunt the AS. I think it'd be very strange to send out a few warships here. He did see us over this way, so they might have actually come from the Aleutian Islands, perhaps. They might have actually come from Pearl Harbor itself as well. There's a lot of things he could have potentially done there that we have to bear in mind. Now, this is a huge pain in the ass. Can't unload them here. How you doing there, Carl? Yeah, there's a pain in the arse. I can't unload them here. I do have some engineers here. I might go ahead and expand the port to size 2. It'd be nice to have an airfield, but, well, might be worthwhile getting an airfield just to have one. I think we'll build an airfield. The lights are a pain in the arse, but I'll unload them somewhere else, I guess. If I must. Size 1. I don't know, maybe I try to unload them here at... It is a real big pain in the backside. We can't unload them. It's massively annoying. I'm going to try and unload them down at New Mayor if I can. We're going to drop the paratroopers tomorrow rather than, well, obviously not tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. But yeah, we're nearly done with the stream now. Nearly done. I'm going to remain in position. I would like to actually get these assets out, so I need to unload those searchlights, and then I can start moving out different forces, really. It should be very nice. Especially things like the 8th Tank Regiment would be nice elsewhere. I've got the 84th, my Zuru first over here. So we're going to leave... I'm going to probably leave about 3 Naval Guard units over here of varying strength. Which is probably a heavy investment in of itself, but I think it'd be worthwhile. At least then I'd have a good chance to actually hold on the island. I mean, like 1,000, 2,000 men would really hold out here for a very long time, really. Especially New Mayor. That'd be very nice. Yeah, I mean, this is it. Maybe. Well, I mean, as far as it goes for supply, potentially so. The reason why we're going to push it back another turn is just on the off chance that he doesn't... Well, we don't want to force him to overly react. We're going to drop the turn after because that's going to be the absolute last moment to drop the paratroopers, and I think it's going to be most effective dropping them at the last moment just to sow as much discontent really as possible, really. Just really try and just blow him up there in that area. Well, just with possibilities and things to react to. So we're going to try and cause as much confusion as possible, really. I'm going to take a look over here at North Carolina in the near future when we have like a float plane available. There will be one coming around somewhere. I do need fuel down there at Luganville. But what I'm going to do then is once we actually have a size 4 airfield is I'll build up the port to level 2 and then at least we'll be able to unload there. It's one of those where it takes so long to move around. Well, the thing is, it's like it will inhibit its supply, it won't completely cut it off. So what we're going to do then is we're going to have everything begin marching over here tomorrow. Well, technically today, you know what I mean. They're in movement mode right now, but then the day after I'm going to set them to combat mode and try and get these guys to move across at the same time if possible. We've changed all the commands, we've set all the commands to plan for Hengyang. We've increased the amount of... So we're going to have 180 bombers hit Shangtan tomorrow. Don't worry about it, Carl. I'm usually asking questions. Yeah, landing here even today would probably have a impact, possibly more of an impact due to the fact that they were there longer. But it's one of these of it doesn't particularly make a huge difference. What we want to try and do then is, you've got to bear in mind as well, for example, that we didn't see him moving over here. So I'm going to pray for the chance that he doesn't see us moving over here, or at least doesn't know how much is moving over there. The slightest chance could make all the difference in the world. They've only just arrived, so in theory, detection level may be low. Or he may not know they've even arrived. If he doesn't know they've arrived, then that is like, nah. But I don't know how likely that is, to be honest. I really don't. It depends when they arrive, but we've got to hope anyway. But if there's even the slightest chance where he doesn't react like he should this turn, I think it's well worth delaying a single turn. Because this is it. As far as it goes for the paratroopers, it's either today or tomorrow. Today being the turn 71, tomorrow being turn 72. But turn 72 is when we're going to drop. Well, 4 turn 72 is when we're going to drop, so... Yeah, we'll drop from turn 71, so tomorrow is when we'll drop. You know what I mean. Turn 71 is when we're going to set them up to drop, and then they'll actually land in turn 72. So then they'll take these bases. The fighting will go on over here. But, yeah, then they'll take effect. And it's one of these. As soon as they land, the turn after, we're going to begin to march them north to the roads over here. And then cut the road networks. Because he'll still have this road over here. And this road over here. It's going to reduce his amount of supply, but yeah, that's why we're going to march. In theory, I might just march there, but it depends on the roads. I could just literally march there, to be fair. It is major roads, so I might even just do that due to the fact that it'd be done quickly. And this is secondary roads. It might be quicker just to march here than march up north. But it'd be nice to try and get some armor to move up that way. Moving across major roads would just be amazing. But we'll see about that. Okay. I think beyond that, we're more or less done. I think for the combined fleet, what I'm going to do is set up another waypoint. So, let's see. I think another movement that way. And then I could have them move through the Marsh Islands. I could even have them make a pit stop at Roy-na-Mur to pick up some additional fuel, but we'll see about that. Well, I mean, this is it. We've only got a few submarines over here at the moment. The other one had to pull out. Thunderstorms at the moment. The thing is, they don't have any float planes, so it's really dumb luck if they land into anything. There's also one over here, and that one's heading home. I am going to be sending additional submarines down that way shortly. There is a chance that he can shoot down the transports with fighters, but this is why we now have the Ki-43 Squadron here, the 1st Sentai. We've also got the Tainan KUS one over there, which is the Zeros. And also we do have the Ki-43s of the 24th Sentai of A, B, and C detachment. Yeah, we've got Ki-27s, additional ones over here, and obviously Ki-27s here. So we're going to have over 100 fighters in central China. We're going to have around about 180 bombers as well, give or take, more, possibly less. So we're going to have a lot of air power in China. It's going to probably be the theatre with the most air power, actually in operations, to be honest. So that's going to be very, very interesting. Hopefully it will hurt. I mean, we're going to be hitting Shangtan with 180 bombers tomorrow at 3,000 feet. Gonna have the fun back. Yeah. Well, this is it. I'm gonna be... let's see. So these guys are gonna be sweeping at Shangtan. These guys are running escort at Shangtan. These guys are stood down for the time being to actually recover some of that fatigue. And then I'll have them sweep or escort. But this is it. We've got the range now. I mean, the Oscars have 12 range. The Zeros have 12 range. So we're well within range of these cities over here. So that's going to be very, very nice. And there we go. I think beyond that, we've got everything more or less in effect, to be honest. Abul Kuma's moving out there. I'm going to allow these guys to move another day. How you doing there, Sam? Good to have you, my friend. Yeah, so we're going to have the Oilers move another day, and then I'll have the patrol boats set out from Tanawa to go join them, which would be very nice. Alright. What I'm going to do as well, then, I do have these G3s over here in Tokyo. Alright, G3 M2s. Yeah, they're able to move out. They're on a restricted command at the moment in time. How much would it cost to move you? 108. We'll not do that right now. I think I'll continue to have them train for the time being then. Just keep on using them. Hey, doing there, Lupus? Ah, there we go. The very man himself. Good to have you, my friend. It's going to be a very exciting day tomorrow. I can assure you of that one. But so the the combined fleet's underway. The MKB's underway. They're going to be heading over here to Truck. I'm intercepting the ships near Midway all. God damn it. You guys, you tend to get bones in your... you tend to chew on some bones, don't you? I've got the two submarines over here. These guys are heading that way towards the actual ships. To be fair, I'm going to actually have them head towards Midway. That's probably where, if anything, they're going to go ahead and head. The AS is going to head over here to Marcus. Shoho and the Oilers are going to remain here in position for the time being. Wait for the other oiler if it can arrive as well. They're quite nice. Just trying to have as much as possible. They're going to arrive over here at Baker Island in 2 days. These guys are going to arrive at Baker Island in a couple days. But to be fair, I'm going to have the combined fleet head down here towards Roy-na-Mur. So by the time they arrive down here in the Marsh Islands, I might have them... I might even have these AOs actually head into Tarawa. It might be a better idea to actually just have them head to Tarawa, and then at least I can actually refuel the combined fleet at Tarawa. But the thing is, I do not want to head into port, so we'll see. We'll see about that. I think as long as we keep them in the area, I can have them refuel at sea, really. Obviously, it's better to refuel in a port, but we'll see about that. Yeah, we'll go with that, Ben. I'm going to say that's pretty much the turn done there. So as I said earlier, I'm just going to go ahead and double check, triple check before I do send it off. But I will be sending it off tonight. We're not yet ready for a bombardment over here, so we're going to have to wait for the Kashino to be made ready. I think, to be honest, I'm going to have her made into her own TF over here, so Kashino, and then have her dock up in the port and actually, let's see. Right. Unloading. I'm going to have them, they can't dock. Undock. I'm going to have them disband for the time being. Right, she can now dock, so I'm going to have her dock and begin to load supplies directly from the port. I do actually need more supplies down here at Namala, actually. I do have some transports as well. I'm going to have some additional transports here as well, which is going to be very good. Right. Yeah, the Lima... To be honest, the Lima should be heading home, to be honest. I'll wait until I've got some actual patrol boats that will arrive over here. And then what I'll do then is I'll have these guys, along with probably one or two of them, take some supply down this way, actually. Yeah, but Carl, this is the thing. His ships move as well. So yeah, don't assume that if we just head here, we're going to intercept him. Like, he's moving east at the moment, so this is it. I doubt he's going to remain in this position here. So we need to try and figure out where he's going to go, not go to where he is now. Okay. There we go. So I think that's everything here at this moment in time. We'll keep tabs over here. But beyond that, I think we're alright. Oh, thank you very much for the listener. The ASMR voice. Does that mean I get paid like ASMR? Oh, god damn it. Richard York makes me watch this, like, ASMR all the time. It's so... Oh, it's so cringy. So cringy. Hello there, Finishager. What ships were those spotted? The ones north of Midway, I do not know. There's supposedly 2 ships over here, but I have no idea about the information there. As far as I'm concerned, unless they come to Midway, I don't really care too much. I don't really care too much if they come to Midway, to be honest. At Christmas Island, there's supposedly a troop transport and a patrol boat. Over here, there's supposedly 2 destroyers and an additional 2 ships moving southwest. So, it's going to be a case of see what pops up there with detection level, really. If it moves closer to Canton Island, we'll get detection, so that would be quite nice. And we'll go from there. So, yep, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and save it, and then we'll send it off, really. Well, not yet, but I'm going to double check, but afterwards. No subs in the Indian Ocean to intercept reinforcements to Burma? Not yet, not yet. See, the thing is, I need to take Singapore to make this worthwhile. I'm going to be intercepting Rangoon. He is going to be moving supply. I imagine he's going to be moving supply to Rangoon, like, right now. But it's acceptable for the time being. The reason why is we have a big operation in China. I need that air power right now. When the air power is available, I will send it over to hit Rangoon and shut Rangoon down. The thing is, I'm playing half and half at the moment. I don't have quite the numbers to actually hit Rangoon and shut it down reliably. But once I do, we absolutely will shut it down completely. But that will be coming within a few days, really. The thing is, I'm not going to need the amount of air power here in China for very long, which is fine. So I'm looking forward to that. There we go. XTRG, I'm still updating the Google Docs and the combat histories of the 4 Mogami-class cruisers. Well, that's cool to know, man. That's pretty cool. Yeah, get them into more action. Well, a few of them are going to be setting out. I think over here in Nagasaki, we still have one of them repairing, which is, what was it, Maya? Yeah, Maya's over here. These guys, they should be ready in theory tomorrow. So tomorrow we actually may have another 2 ammunition transports, which is going to be fantastic. So the Atlas Maru and the Shinyobari Maru, which is going to be very nice. These guys are also going to be apparently ready in a day tomorrow as well. So there we go. That's a pre-built force already. She's in port over here. We're just repairing the major damage. But once these ships are out of here as well, that's going to mean she has all the Port of Nagasaki's attention, which is going to be excellent. Okay. I need to decide what I'm going to do with these troops over here, to be honest. There's a lot of naval guard units that just did arrive, so I need to figure out when I need to send them. But right now, we'll see. We have a lot of operations underway. I mean, it would be nice to actually... I mean, this is it. We do have a number of naval guard units there, so who knows? We might be able to set out for some islands in the near future as well, so we'll see about that. Oh, it's an Otago, no Megami, okay. Fair enough. I stand corrected, I didn't check. Bring out the whips. The flagellation shall begin. Flagellation? I think it's flagellation, isn't it? It's one of both. But aye, that shall begin shortly. But aye, we're just getting our assets moving in the area now. Yeah, they need to head to Quadraling. Right, you're moving into Roinema. So I think what we might do then is have... Combined Fleet's going to head this way a little bit further then, just to try and shake off any detection. It's unfortunate that we were detected, but in some ways actually it could be to our benefit as well. So we'll see what happens. We'll try and lead it on a wild goose chase if we are being tailed. But we'll see about that. As far as he's concerned, I imagine he might be thinking that we look towards, heading towards Fiji, when in fact we are not. So that's good to know. Ah, 2 at 1 cow. Ah, okay, that's good to know. Ah, I see, I see. Oh, thank you very much there, man. Much appreciated, my friend. Just sending bonds to support the war effort. Many banzais in 2020. Yeah, this is it. Good God. We're going to be here for years. We're going to be here for years. Oh, God. Oh, dear. What are the search directions for the floatplanes of Midway? They're running 360. Oh, my. This is it. Oh, well, there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and call the stream to an end here. So thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Much appreciated. And again, everybody who's watching, if you can actually like the video, that'd be much appreciated. Really does help the channel grow. Thank you very much there, man, for that. Yeah, it's really sweet. I really do appreciate the donation. I hope everybody had a fantastic Christmas, and I hope everybody has a fantastic New Year. Can't wait to see you all in the new year. 2020 should be a very interesting year as we move into the new clown world. It's going to be a very interesting decade. You think the 20s are exciting, just wait till we get to the 40s. It's gonna... I don't know, it seems to happen. It seems to happen in the 40s. Things tend to kick off in the 40s, so we'll see about that. Until next time, thank you for watching. You have in you, I have in me, and... Tenno, Aika, Banzai. Until next time, once again, for the Empire of Japan. Goodbye for now.